Hello everyone, it's Shinto Bean here playing some more Warhammer combat cards, and in this video I will be introducing the newest Warlord to enter the game for the Servants of the Emperor. Here he is, URSARKAR Creed. And at first glance his special rule is very similar to that of Lilith Hesperax of the Eldari faction. His special rule allows you to return cards back to your hand and then reuse their traits. But instead of activating when you destroy an enemy card, it activates at the end of the turn if you lost a card that turn, and the cards can return up to 2 times for each card. So it has the potential to be quite strong as long as you're just losing 1 card at a time. Taking a look at his stats, he's 24 points, so on the cheap side for a Warlord. He's got a slightly stronger ranged attack than melee, his trait is Outflank, and he's got a decent amount of health for his cost. Those are his stats at max level, and this is the back of the card. So, you could go with the ranged build. Psychic probably won't work well with him because, of course, a lot of the traits in the game don't actually combo with this special rule, only the ones that activate on deployment. So, I've included a variety of those in this deck. We've got Furious Charge, and Trajan Valorous actually got buffed this season. His melee attack and health are a fair bit higher than they used to be. We've also got Shields. Shields now can be potentially very powerful with Creed, and this is one of the things I was kind of worried about when I heard about this special rule, is that you could really abuse the shields, especially with Servants of the Emperor, because they have so many of them. I just have 2 cards with shields in here for now. We got the Praetor, which had its trait changed from Furious Charge to Outflank. We do have one more Furious Charge in here, the Death Rider. Endless cards will also combo well with Creed, because if they, when they redeploy, you can potentially activate his special rule 2 times. Scout can also be good, although this one is a bit too low on health for it to reliably survive and make it back to the hand. And then Medicate you can potentially use multiple times as well. So we'll go ahead and deploy and see if we can get this special rule working the way that it is supposed to. I've played a few games with him already. I tried out a ranged build, but I found that if you just want to go pure ranged, I think Yarg is still just the easier option to go with. We're up against the Tyranids, led by the Tervagon. Let's see what level this thing is. Level 5. Alright, we'll go ahead and drop down the Endless guy here at the beginning. There's a Termagant, and sure, let's just chop up that Termagant. With the Furious Charge, we can always use that Furious Charge again on the following turn. Let's go with some Outflank here as well. So, as is the case with other Servants of the Emperor Warlords, it is best if you put 1 weak fodder card down alongside 2 stronger cards to make the best use of the special rule. Starting off with a melee attack here. And they got a little bit of a buff to their ranged attack, so on their turn they will no doubt be able to kill the guardsman. And then that will send the other 2 cards, actually the 3 cards, back to my hand, including the redeployed Endless card there. After the counterattack occurs, of course, and there it is. Nice little animation. Everything goes back, and once again we can drop everything down again. So we'll redeploy that poor guardsman. And let's go with Valorous once again. So this is the second time he's deployed. He can return 1 more time. We'll try out the shields as well. Use that to block the precision shot from the Tyranid warrior. Alright, go with another melee attack. And on the next turn, the Gargoyle will be able to shoot down the guardsman. So once again, those cards will go back to the hand. Got some Inspiring Presence on their end. Yeah, like I said, a lot of the traits don't actually combo with Creed. Like things that provide a passive boost, like Inspiring Presence or Regeneration, Fear, Big Game Hunter. Psionic Blast, Barrage. There's quite a few that just don't really work with him. So I just deployed Valoris for the third time, so he will no longer return to the hand when anything dies. Let's see, I think we'll go... I guess we'll put the Praetor down, outflank one more time. And what do we want? Sure, let's go with Belisarius Call. Fun card, although he has very low damage output at this level. And wasn't really the best use of Furious Charge right there, but oh well. So these guys all have a decent amount of health. I think the Praetor should be the first one to die. So, the one thing that I'm not a big fan of with Creed is that it kind of slows down the game, just having to redeploy everything, and also uses more brain power. With the other Warlords, it's just a lot more simple. And in this game, really, the only thing that matters when it comes down to it is that you are able to outdamage your opponent. As long as you do that, you should be able to win. So I feel like Creed, for me personally, it's just not really my playstyle. It sort of just overcomplicates things. I don't really play as Lilith either. But I'm sure this sort of flexibility will appeal to some players. And I'm sure he would actually do pretty well in the hands of a skilled player, say at the higher tiers of ranked. So I'm curious to see how he does on the ranked scene. Alright, so my guys are getting pretty low on health here. And I think they are actually going to get killed off. So this is where the special rule isn't quite as good. If you lose 2 of your important cards on the same turn, then only 1 will go back to the hand. And actually, it's the way to counter Creed. If you're playing against him, if you can wipe out all of his cards that are on the field, then he won't get anything out of the special rule. So here, as you can see, those 2 guys died, so Call will go back to the hand, and then we should be able to wipe everything out on our turn. Let's go with another Furious Charge. And sure, we'll put the dog down. It's not really necessary, but oh yeah, this guy, forgot about him. Some more shields. I think the ranged build might actually be a little bit stronger because they do have, those big tanks, the Lehman Russ and the Dune Crawler. Both have a very big precision shot, which you could potentially use up to 3 times per card. So that might be a fun thing to go with. We finally got the Turbigon on the field with the Psionic Blast. And yeah, unfortunately the cards that I have on the field don't actually do a lot of damage, so it's going to take a little while to whittle down this Turbigon. Yeah, I'm really hoping that I don't find myself playing against Creed with just a full list of like shields, because that would be the worst thing to have to play against. Having those shields keep redeploying and getting all those shields back. They are planning a rework on shields, though. From what it sounds like, they're going to add a damage cap, so that if you are able to deal enough damage with an attack, you can actually pierce through the shield and deal the excess damage to the card. So it's kind of a nerf on shields, but it will definitely make melee decks more viable, and just decks that deal a lot of single target damage. So finally able to take out this Turbigon, and got an idea of how Creed's special rule works. So again, for me personally, it's not really my play style, so I don't think I will be using Creed very much. But let me know what you think of this guy. It is a unique special rule for Servants of the Emperor, and I think thematically it does fit the old guy. So let me know if you have any ideas for what sort of deck lists you will be using with him. But that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.